Hello, friends. It's me. I have something special for you today. Something I stumbled across by accident, and a lot of people I know who do this particular thing would probably skip over this, but every now and then, it's a little something I learned from my friend Walter Fate. I like to do this. I like to find obviously fake stories that have been posted to the different Neckbeard subreddits and just put them on blast. Just kind of let this out there. This is from an account, I obviously won't say the name, which is barely over 4 months old. Most of their comment history involves reading other people's stories and making little comments, like horror stories, SCP, stuff like that. What is obviously someone who sounds rather young. But I thought I'd give you this story. And then, of course, go into what's wrong with it. So, here we go. This story is simply called A Neckbeard Kissed My Girlfriend. Okay. My girlfriend and I were in Walmart. She went into another section while I was looking at cereal. A chubby guy with leather gloves, a trench coat, and a fedora approached her. He smelled awful, had a really bad acne. The first thing he said wasn't hello or good day, he just jumped straight to the point. Wow, you look hot, my crispy little nougat ball. Now that sounds creepy. She politely told him that she was already in a relationship, but he kept pushing it. He began touching her private areas and wouldn't let her walk away. I just left the cereal section, and the first thing I see is a fat man in a trench coat kissing my girlfriend on the forehead. I was beyond furious. I screamed, "Hey, what the fuck?" He quickly turned around and walked away. I wanted to follow him, but my girlfriend told me not to. Fast forward a few days, and I saw the same fella at Starbucks. I wanted to beat the crap out of him, but managed to control myself. He seemed to notice me, but wouldn't make eye contact. I just ordered my coffee and left. Be careful out there. Okay, let's go over this piece by piece, shall we? Because that's what makes these the most interesting. First off, we'll start with this right out. I was in another section looking at cereal, and then the full description of everything about this supposed neckbeard. First off, that's just a lot of tropes. Like, not everybody who dresses like that, or even looks like that, is a neckbeard. As we all know, it's the fedora, not the fedora, that defines one. And secondly, I guess I could give you the benefit of the doubt of saying that maybe the girlfriend told him all of this, because he clearly just said he was not anywhere near where this conversation was happening. Then there was the, I just yelled at him, and then he walked away. Why would he know to walk away from you? You know, why would he assume immediately that you're in a relationship with this woman? And of course, third and the most important point, why the fuck didn't she say anything? Does she have no voice? Is she incapable of saying anything? There was nothing stopping this woman from being like, fuck off, dude, or get your hands off of me, or at the very least, screaming in panic at this man who is obviously touching her against her own consent. None of this happens, though. This is very much a OP shows up to save the day kind of thing. This story is not real. There is no way that this is real. And the only reason, I honestly kind of believe, the main reason that this ending, this, I saw him at Starbucks. First off, Starbucks, really? And secondly, like, the only reason that this didn't end in some kind of, like, violent confrontation is because people would have a way to, like, check that out. There would be somebody, it's Reddit, there would be somebody who would find a way to dig into it to find out what really happened. Investigating online is not like an unheard of thing, and if something like this actually happened, and you can kind of determine which area this is, there would probably be some sort of arrest. Assault is a crime, after all. Speaking of which, he also committed a crime, this supposed neckbeard who supposedly existed, so why didn't you call the police? You know, that is a crime. So, just not doing anything about that? I do have to say that I enjoyed the comment section, because some of the top comments on this are things like, and then everyone clapped, and then he won the Nobel Prize. And of course, references to r/that happened. But people started questioning, and I thought I'd dig into a little of, like, what this person said. So, I'm not going to name the other users in this thread because that would be just mean. So, one user asked, why were the police not called for this obviously assault and battery? And another person replies, I'll hazard a guess and say they weren't called because none of this actually happened. And a third says either that or OP knew the cops wouldn't do anything and decided to move on with their life. And then, of course, that's when OP decides to chime in. We didn't want to go through the long and painful court process. You wouldn't have to. This isn't a civil suit. You are not required to do these things. You give a statement, your testimony is there, you're done. This is not like, a TV drama. They're not going to call you into the courtroom 15 different times in order to do some sort of weird testimony. That's not how any of that works. And of course this comment is downvoted to fuck. Because, no, it's really not a thing. If this had taken place in a store, I don't believe this event actually happened, but if this had taken place in a store, they have security cameras. You wouldn't even need to give testimony. Cameras saw it all. All you have to do is tell the police what happened. They can review the footage because it's a crime and they would do that. There you go. Problem solved. This guy would get arrested for what is obviously assault. Because you can't just go groping on people without their, permission. That's pretty bad. So, yeah. I do like that someone else commented, you went through a long and painful fake-ass post process, might as well go all the way. Yeah, this story is incredibly fake. There is no way that this actually happened because there's no follow-up. Nothing happened. You just said that this person exists. You said these things that you couldn't have been around to know that actually happened. And then the follow-up was, and nothing happened because people would have a way to, verify whether or not this actually happened. This is just something that was done as, lies on Reddit to earn internet points. Most of the time, stories like this, and a lot of subreddits, will, people say that this is incredibly annoying. And I agree. A lot of times it is. It does hide the things that we're actually looking for. We're actually looking for interesting posts. We're looking for interesting stories. We're looking for things that we can share with each other. Not just me, but other people who do this as well. And this kind of stuff just kind of clutters the feed. Ruins the entire, thing. We're not finding good stories. We're getting stuck with shit like this. This, and then everyone clapped moment. And it can be really annoying. But I've decided myself, I don't really know if anybody else is going to do this, I've decided personally to kind of twist this in my own benefit, to kind of turn this to a different way. People are going to do this shit, no matter how many times we make a new Neckbeard subreddit, no matter how many times, well, it's not even just related to Neckbeard, it's just any kind of subreddit, to prevent these fake stories from coming. But as soon as they realize that there's a lot of people there and people would see it, fake stories will resume nonetheless. So I decided, for my benefit, and, well, let's be honest, a lot of yours as well, to simply trash things like this. To find them amusing, and then go off on them. Because, why shouldn't I? You did post it for the entire internet to see, did you not? Was that not the intention? For someone to see what you had posted? Was it not what you wanted, so that someone would see it and then possibly read it on the internet? Well, you got what you wanted. The problem is, I don't think it's exactly what you were aiming for. See, that's the thing about fake stories. Usually they just get called fake and then ignored. But not anymore. Now there's me, who's going to read them and think they're very funny. Because I get to drag them. I'll probably find a few more before this entire little segment of nonsense that I'm doing is over, but I hope you all enjoy this, because come on, what else are we going to do with this garbage? If you are enjoying this, and I certainly hope you are, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'd greatly appreciate it. If you would please check out my Ko-Fi and my merch store. I have links to those in the description, as well as many, many other things. There is a live stream every Saturday. You can check that out too. It's kind of like this, except that, it's not. And I also have a mailing address if you'd like to send me weird things in the mail. The holidays are coming up, and Lord knows what I'm expecting in the post office. You guys do send me a lot of weird shit, I will say that. I kind of love it, though. I will absolutely admit it. And if you do send me weird shit in the mail, I'll open it on video, which means you'll know when I got it. I hope you all enjoyed this. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.